Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is a Let's Make video, and what we're making today is we are making the Anna Griffin November Create sliding box. And it's this little project right here. It is a box on the outside and a box on the inside that comes apart that you can put a gift in. I made this one to house my journal that we made in Create as well, and wanted a beautiful place to store it, and this is absolutely gorgeous and a super fun way to do that. And I was going to show you how I did this one, and isn't that just absolutely beautiful? Oh my gosh. And I just love the dual designs. I love how it nestles together. Now I was going to let you know too, when you look at my box, like this right here, the construction of it's really nice. Like, the details of the box are really nice. It came together quite nicely, the sides and stuff. But if you look at very closely, there is a little bit of a gap at the top. It sits nice and snug at the bottom, but there is a bit of a gap. So that's just because of how I had to do the paper in order to get it to slide together to fit. And I still think, though, if it's sitting on a shelf, like, oh, whoops, overzealous. If it's sitting on a shelf and there's no weight in the inside of it to help it stay up, once the journal's in it, once I pop the journal in, it sits just fine, like so. And yeah, it sits just fine on the table. It's just because there was no weight. Anyhow, and I think it looks pretty. I still think it looks pretty. So if it was sitting, but most people would display it something like this in like a corner or something like that. But if it was the type of thing you wanted to keep the front embellishments super flat, and you wanted to tuck it in, I don't think it actually looks bad. I think it actually looks really nice. I just wanted to put that out there. If you didn't like the gap, my number has a gap. So, but I still think it's super, super cute nonetheless. But like, right? Isn't that so pretty? I just love how this came out. Now, we're not doing this version, and I'm not going to do the journal with you today. That's going to be in a future video. I'm just going to make the slider box to house something that is approximately 7 and roughly 3/8, 7 and 3/8 by approximately 5 and no, that's 3/8. 5 and 3/8 by roughly 7 and 3/16. So 7 and an eighth, 7 and 3/16, something like that. Yeah, because that's an eighth. Yeah, so 3/16. And another, yeah, 3/16. What is this one? So that's a quarter. 5 and a quarter. Yeah, that's an eighth. Yeah, that's a 16th. Yeah, it's 7 and 3/16. By. Let's look at that real quick. Yeah. Can you go bigger? You could potentially actually get, yeah, you can actually house something a little bit taller. Let's see if you can, put a set of cards in that. I wonder if you could put an envelope in there. Oh, I think an envelope's bigger. It definitely 5 by 7. You can definitely. This is a 5 by 7 card. So if you wanted to put something 5 by 7, yes, 7 by 5. This is 5 by 7. Like legit, true 5 by 7. And that fits in there. Oh yeah, you've got quite a bit of room. Well, maybe let's just measure the space. Maybe let's just quit fiddling around. Oh yeah, so you got 7 and a quarter, just a hair, like 5/16. You can do 7 and 5, or 7 and a quarter, basically. Will fit on the inside of this box. Yeah. 7 and a quarter by approximately, it can be 1 and a quarter inches thick is what fits inside here. And that's why this fits so nice, because this journal is just a hair over 7 inches tall. It's like 7 and an eighth is all. And so yeah, that's why it fits so nice. and it's like 7 1/4 deep, or 5 1/4 deep. That's why it fits really good this way. So yeah, so let's see. Yeah, 5 1/4 is what it is here to here. And so that's why it fits so nice. I got this upside down. This throws me off because it opens backwards. Yeah, but yeah, that's why this fits really nice. But it houses 5x7 cards really nicely. We should see. Oh, I was gonna see if it fits envelopes. So what if you wanted to make this a gift card? Will it fit? Oh, barely. Not really. Look, it's bending the envelope. It's bending the envelope. You can. Oh, and it's too deep. The envelope is this isn't deep enough to house an envelope. It's this is too small. But it holds if you wanted to do some crazy awesome gift card or gift card greeting card that was super thick and everything, like one of those book cards, fold out cards, this would house a 5x7 really nice. Like, let me see one of these other ones that are just uber thick. I don't have any like super thick ones. This is pretty thick though. Yeah. You could put oh, where's the let's see, where's the right here. What if wait. What if you wanted to house this? One of these in it. What if you wanted to put one of these cards in it? Oh yeah. The photo cards. Wait. See, that's why you want the book style to go this way. You can make, whoa. You could house one of these in it. Oh my gosh, how cool is that? What? That is pretty neat. You could house one of these photo cards in it. Wouldn't that be terrific? That is pretty cool. And then they can open that up, right? So hey, that's a way to gift it. You want to make a cool holder for your photo, your step out photo card. That's a way to do it. And these are super thick, and you wanted to give it as a gift. Like, I mean, oh wait, we're going the other way because it's like book style. It's like this. You want to try to not kill your embellishments though. There, like that. Right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, I don't do left-handed so well, so I have to do it upside down. Yeah, like that. Right? That is pretty nifty. Okay, so that would fit in it. 5x7 will fit in it. You can't do a greeting card set without envelopes in it though. So there is that. That's okay though. This was technically made for the journal, for the traveler's notebook. Let's see. Okay, now let's get down to business. We are going to make this outside cover, and we're doing a Christmas, because why not? 'Tis the season. So there we go there. And this is what you're going to need. You're going to need to make the outside cover only. You're going to need 2 pieces of 12x12 scrapbook paper. Well, you need one that is 12x10, and the other one needs to be 9 3/4 by 11 3/4. This one here is going to be my outside, and then this is going to be my inside. And I think I'm going to make it to where it's the opposite way this time and see what happens with that. I kind of want to see how that works out. I've already picked out a few decorations. I've made a couple of rosettes. From the scraps of the different pages. This is Anna Griffin's paper anthology, Christmas anthology paper. I used her Paper Tricks embossing folder to create the lines for my rosettes, which it's so fast. I highly recommend these. These will do up to 12 inches. 12 inches long. They're a little bit longer than 12 inches. So like 12 and a half, 12 and a quarter is how long the embossing folder is. But they're so nice. And they'll do like up to, what is that? 5 3/4 inches wide, just about, on the inside. So you can make some really amazing rosettes. You just put a bunch of these together and you'd make a giant one. It would be fabulous for wall decor. Yeah, that's why she made them so big. So you could use it for home decor. We're also going to use a couple of these for our decorating because you need something flat for the inside. And since we're going Christmas, I thought it'd be fun to use one of these Kirigami holiday scenes. And so I'm going to do that. I've picked out this one for the front and this one for the second box, right? Got a few flat embellishments to go with the, well, not the front, but for the inside. And then we're going to use her red and green matte foil along with some gold matte foil for some frames. The other dies, things that we're going to actually use to cut out with, or actually the first things we're going to use the Birthday Wishes 3D concentric die set to do our frames for the outside and our layering piece for the front. We're also going to use this one here, which is the, and this is going to be for the inside of the box. It's the Rose 3D concentric layering dies. We're going to use those. Look at these examples. Isn't that just beautiful? And we're doing this layer in gold. Like, right? That's so pretty. Yeah, I can't wait to see what that's going to look like all together. It's so fun. You get these ideas and you don't really know. You can kind of picture it in your mind, but you don't really know till you put it together. And that's the part where I'm at right now. Like, I've got it in my mind what I think it's going to look like, but it'll be fun to actually see it all come together. That's the cool thing about crafting. You can create and add and do all these things, and the fun when it all finally comes together in its finality, that it's like, oh wow, you made that. Oh, how cool, right? It's so fun. Okay, so first things first, these are what we're going to need. Pieces. So this is the let's do the outside first. This is the outside one. It is 12 by 10. On the 12 side, you're going to score on the 12 side, you're going to score at 5 3/8, and then you're going to score at 6 5/8 to get your middle spine. You're going to turn, and on the 10 side, you're going to score at 1 1/4, and then you're going to score at 8 3/4. Excuse me. Whew, had to sneeze. I almost missed. Okay, and that's going to give you 7 1/2 in between, 1 1/2 inch tab on each side, or a flap on each side, and then a 5 3/8 inch deep box. Right? Oh, that's so cool. And now for the interior box, you're going to go 9 3/4 tall by 11 3/4 wide. On the 11 3/4, you're going to score at 5 1/4 and 6 1/2. On the 11 3/4 side, you're going to score at 1 1/4 and 8 1/2. And that will give you 7 1/4 by 5 1/4. By a 1 1/4 spine. I know you're like, how does that work out? It just does. Trust me, it just does. Yeah, it just does. And so that's what we're going to do. So my outside is, let's go ahead and get this cut, is going to be 10 by 12. And if you're directional, the one that's wrapping around that you see is on the 12-inch side. So this is 12. And so now I'm going to cut this one at 10. And that's it. So this is my upright. So then the next one, the interior box, I'm using non-directional paper, so it actually works out pretty good for me, is 11 3/4 by 9 3/4. That was loud. And then see, you can use these pieces as to do rosettes. Like, fun, right? Okay, and now let's get our scoreboard. Let's get our scoreboard out. Okay, I'm going to get my big score buddy out, my score pal. I had to switch scoring tools to my little one because this big one, it got it was actually, we should do the outside one first. It got like really dull. It was like kind of sandpapered off. So So I was like, whoa. Okay, so on the 12-inch side, we're going to use our little template here. We're going to score at 5 3/8. So the line in between 1/4 and 1/2, if you're using the score pal, is 3/8 right there. That's where you're going to score. And then you're going to go 5/8, 6 5/8, which is the next line up above 1/2. So right approximately there. And then you're going to flip. And on the 10-inch side, you're going to score at 1.25 inches, and it's marked at the top. And then you're going to score at 8 3/4, which is also marked at the top. And there you go. That's the outside. And so next we have the interior box. And on the 11 3/4 side, we're going to score at 5 1/4, which is marked. And we're going to score at 6 1/2, which is marked. Turn. And on the 9 3/4 side, you're going to score at 1 1/4, which is marked. And you're going to score at 8 1/2, which is also marked. Woohoo! Inside, outside. Perfect. Now we just have to cut our... Well, let's fold our score lines. I mean, this project is so simple. Let's see. We don't need this anymore, so let me move this out of the way. Yeah, this project is so fast. If I knew how to reverse tape and like cut and paste, I would totally put this at the very beginning so you didn't have to endure all my commentary. I was going to say babbling, but it's probably a little more, a little nicer to say commentary. However you want to interpret what goes on around here. Up to you. Let's see. Just folding on all the score lines. That's all I'm doing right now. And then what we're going to do is, and if you had double-sided paper, it would be even better. But I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal because you're just making a couple boxes that slide in and out. But the other one is like totally decorated. It's super fun. I really like it. But this will still be really cool. And it would be fun because look, it's Christmas. How pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, so now get your scissors out and we're going to make some tabs. So on the inside... I'm going to cut this tab out here. It's the one in the center. It's this little 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. And so basically I'm going to cut straight on the long flap side and then cut at an angle on the tab side. And I'm going to do that on both sides. So straight on the flap side, on the score line up to the first score line, and then at an angle up to the first score line. That's on the tab side. It just makes it easier when you go to fold it together. There, and at an angle. Oh, that was almost a party foul. I almost cut my tab. Oh, but I'm cutting that score line off. Okay, there we go. So I want to cut my score line off here. Up to the first one, and then at an angle on the tab side. And there we go. That's what we have. And that's the outside. And so let's do the same thing for the interior. So straight on that side of the score line up to the first score line. And then at an angle on the tab side up to that first score line. And then straight, cutting off the first score line and then at an angle on the tab side. So you want to stay straight on the flap side. So turn it all the way around and then do this side. So straight up to the first and then at an angle. Straight on the flap side. Up to the first and then at an angle on the tab side. How easy is that? Oh my heavens. So simple. Okay. And now what you want to do is you want to... actually from here is where you're going to want to, if you want to do a window. I'm not going to do the window. I like the smoothness of sliding it in and out. But right now is where you would want to pick what side you want it to open on. Or you not open, what side you want your interior box to fall out from. So if you want it to go this way, you want to put your opening on the right side. If you wanted to go the way Anna did it, you want to do it on the left side of your paper, and you'll want to cut your opening right now. If if you have the big plates, what you can do is put your die on here, and you can fold your back flap like this. Put some copy paper in here on top of your die. So tape your die down, fold, put some copy paper here, and then fold this flap over like this, and then put some copy paper here, and that way it'll help everything to stay clean. You can even put some, well, what I mean by copy paper is scratch paper, throwaway paper. You can even put one down to keep the inside of the box nice. Put one down, put this on, center your die up in this section here on either side, and then from this flap here, just fold it over after you put more discard paper down, and then fold this over and put another piece, and then run it through your machine without the shim. The lightest, whatever the least thick one is, you want it to cut the die out, but you don't want to warp the paper, is what I'm trying to say. So I would eliminate the shim. Okay, and then you'll have your window, and then you can decorate it all up and whatever you want to do. But I'm going to do it without, and I'm going to make mine go this way instead, just to see how we end up, because I'm going to make a Christmas journal to go inside this. And so I want mine to sit, you pick it up, boom, boom, and then it comes out properly. So my spine is out, that's the goal. And so that's what I was going to do. And now let's put these together. Okay, so I'm going to put, so since we're doing that, I'm going to wrap this side around. So this side's getting wrapped around. I want whatever my front side is, so this is going to be my front of this one. I want these to fold back. And so I'm going to put score tape on the left side. So if I turn it back over, this is my front. I'm going to put score tape on these 4 tabs here. Where are you guys? Sorry. Oh, man. We'll figure out if you've been in frame or not. I could always take another one. Okay, so put score tape on these 4 tabs here. Let me grab some. And then we'll also use glue to adhere it together. This is just to get it stick for now. To get it to stick right now. The glue is going to be for permanency. So this is 1/2 inch, I'm sure. And then just the 4. And then here we go. Like so. And now what we're going to do is we are going to, let's see. Actually, before we do that, so this is going to go like this. This is going to go like this. And then this is going to go like this. And that looks pretty good. And we want to line it up at the front so it sits the nicest. Like so. And that's how it's going to go. And I think that is great. So let's just do one at a time. So let's peel this off. Let's go ahead and... But let's... I'm gonna fold all these together. I know it makes it a little bit harder, but I want to put glue on each of these so I can shimmy it and see where it's going to want to live the nicest. So a little on the top of the score tape, a little glue, and then glue on the other side of this tab. Okay, so this, I'm going to bend this one down, bring it in, push that one in, and then line it up on the front up here. Oh, and that looks great. And we're lining up here, but primarily here as best we can. And then it should come together about so. And now I'm just going to take my bone folder and then press it down because I'm super happy with that. And it looks like so, right? That's the front. And that looks pretty good on the back. See, that's pretty good. Okay, and now we're going to do the same to this side. And that's what we're going to do to the other one as well. They go together the same way. So if you want to just zip through it, have at it. Oh, and just for GPs, um, anything that gets made on this channel, you can do whatever you want with it. It is a free-for-all here. We like to share the crafty happiness. So if you want to make it and sell it and do whatever you want with it, you go right ahead. I have no qualms with any of that. That's the reason the channel's here, is to share in the crafty fun and share the love. That's the whole purpose of this channel. Yeah, you can use whatever you want. You don't need to ask. Just, oh, dang it. Okay, so here's the deal. What I did is the tabs inside, and the reason I folded it the other way was because I don't want that tab on the inside. Now I got the problem of this glue. Dang it. It'll be fine. We'll just let that dry for a second. But you want to put this on top, and the reason being, you want it to be smooth like this. You don't want, this would impede whatever you're trying to slide in. So when you go to slide your box in, it'll give you a speed bump, and you don't want it. It's annoying as all get out. So let's go ahead and try that again. Take 2. You don't want that. You want that to go on the top. Whew, at least it happened, so you can know, like, what's wrong with mine? Why doesn't it work? If that happens to you. Yeah, so like so. And then let's try that again here. Yeah, like that. That's what we want right there. Okay, now proceed. Now we can burnish. Yeah, but it's a free-for-all here. You guys do what you love. Do what you love. You can use whatever you want here. I have no problems. Not my name, but any project you want to make your own. You make it exact, make it your own, do whatever you want, copy it exactly. I have no qualms. Have a ball. But not my name. Because that's mine. That is actually mine. Okay, so here we go. And now this one, because it's going to go this way, I want these to wrap like this. So we're going to put glue on these tabs here. So however you flip it over, be aware if you have direction, where you're putting your glue at, your tape at. How you are fixing it. All right, get our little adhesive bonding strips on here. And then get this one put together. It is so simple. I think somebody had asked if they could make, and I haven't had a chance to get back to them, so I thought I'll just do a shout out. Hopefully they see the video. But just know, you can replicate anything from this channel. You are more than welcome to replicate and sell and do what you want. So the cookie boxes and all that, the holder, have a heyday. I say to you, good friend, happy crafting. Okay, fold this one in. Fold it in up to the score line like so. Even it up at the front. Pop this one down. And then line her up. Line her up. I'm trying to get it lined up right there. Like so. That's pretty good. And then all that. That looks pretty good. So let's do that. Commit. Press. Burnish. Whee! I hope these fit. That would be a shame if they didn't. Alright, there again on this one. Yeah, I saw the cutest dies from Concord and 9th this morning. It's a little house making die. It makes a little house row. It makes a row of houses. It's so cute. I was like, dude, we could replicate that. I don't think you would even need, you would need like window and door dies, which I have a ton of with all the Anna Griffin stuff. And I was kind of thinking it would be kind of fun if you could make it to where it was like slimline ones, like minis. Oh, no. The big flap goes in and the small tab goes on top. That's also the reason, too, that you want to cut the tab at an angle so it snuggles in and you can't see it. So now we're also lining it up at the front. Make sure your adhesive is on the top of the tab so you don't see it. So now we're lining it up like so. See, and that's why you cut at an angle so it doesn't stick out. if it's not perfect. And then there we are there. And I think that is perfectly acceptable. That is acceptable. Oh, yeah, but it was a Concord and Ninth die. It was so cute. And I was like, dude, we could make that. So I want to try that. And then I was watching a video. Somebody was making, because it goes like this. Somebody was doing the corner bookmarks, the page markers. And we have those Anna Griffin we have the Anna Griffin bookmark dies. And we have the corner one, and I thought, oh my goodness, wouldn't that be cute if we stuck a tassel on it? A tassel or a beaded dangle on them. And that they, like, if you give it a little bit of some room with some twine or something, it wouldn't impede the pages and it could stay flat. So your book pages stay really nice. I hate it when my book pages get, like, messed up. I like pristine pages. And so I thought, though, like, you could give it a room and then you could put a beaded dangle or like a lace trim tassel off of it. Just tie some ribbons off of it. Oh gosh, it would be so cute. But anyways, so this is it. Oh, and I was babbling. Shoot. We were supposed to put our Brad on already. You're supposed to put the Brad on, guys. I forgot, and I was just yapping away, thinking about all these other projects I want to make. So in the grand scheme of it all, if you want to add a pull ring, you get these on Amazon. These are 3/4 inch, mini. They're mini pull rings. And if you just look up Brad's with pull ring, these come up, and you want the 3/4 inch ones. Is what size these are. I think the other ones are a 1/4 inch. That are on like my mailbox and stuff are a 1/4 inch. But this is what you want here. Putting it on afterwards makes it a little bit harder. So before folding it, you want to measure center, pop a hole with the piercing tool or your big crocodile. But you can just poke a hole in. That's what I do. That's what I'm going to do now. And then you want to put this on there. And then you're going to have to reach down in there and push the prongs out. And it's way easier to get a snug fit when it's flat, obviously. But that's okay if you forget just like I did. We'll do it together. It will be amazing. So snatch whatever foam or whatever it is you want to use to poke your hole. I've got my little Tim Holtz piercing tool. That's a piercing tool. I should measure this instead of eyeball it, but where do I want my pull handle? Beep, 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 beep. I think about here. You think I'm going to willy-nilly that? This is going to be a present. I can't do that. All right, you guys calm down. Can't believe you thought I was actually not going to measure that. It's a present. We're going to make this as perfect as possible. Okay, so since what we got here is 7 1/4, we're going to go 3 1/2, 3 5/8, Missy. 3 5/8. And this ruler is really hard to see. So hopefully that's a half. Gosh, who ruined my ruler? Those darn crafting. Okay, so 5/8 is approximately here. Here. That looks about the middle. Stab gently. That looks good. Now, proceed to take your brad, squish your prongs in, and help it in there. Like so. And you're just going to push it all the way in like that. And if you want the little pull handle to go down like that, just turn it. And now reach your wily little hand in there and push your prongs down. And these are really stiff ones. So it's like, ugh. And if I hadn't said this is paper anthology, I'm trying not to bend it out so bad. But kind of is what it is. And that's the reason you want to make it even happier by doing it before you fold it. There you go. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. Just push it into the paper. There. That's as good as it's going to get. But look how cute is that, right? Oh, that's worth it. Oh, it's upside down. Oh, it's upside down. There. Like, right? Isn't that the cutest thing ever? I know it bulges out, but it'll be fine once we put stuff in it. It'll be fine. And it's probably because I didn't crease the paper very good. I just kind of willy-nilly'd it. So be sure to crease your paper. But it'll still be fine because my other one does that. And it is kind of nice if you don't have the pull ring to help you get it out of the box easier. It works. But that actually looks pretty good, right? That's pretty nice. That's a pretty good box right there, I'd say. Like, how pretty is that? And now let's decorate. That's it. That's all there is to it. You just got to decorate now. And the other thing, too, is it makes it nicer for sliding this in once this is all decorated. So let's go ahead. So we didn't even need that. Just get your poke tool and be gentle. But put it back in for safety. Okay, now let's grab our dies. What? Okay, and so the top one we're going to use the birthday wishes on. And this is the top one. And I was thinking, what if? Just wait. Green, right? And then gold. Gold, Jerry, gold. And then this. Oh, right? That's going to be beautiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this one. Boom. We're going to take this one. Boom. And then we're going to take this one. We're actually going to do these two together to make a frame. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to cut this one out like this. So it sits on top and then I have those pops of gold. The pops of green behind it. So frame on here like that. And then this one just like this. That's what I'm going to do on that one. Okay, now for the next one, this is the inside one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the layering die out in. Wait for it. Wait, where's my magnet sheet? The layering die out in red. So that's those. Layering die out in red, right? Kapow! That is so beautiful. The intricate die out in gold. Boom, right? And then I'm going to cut this one out with this die like this. But once I get it cut out, so I'm going to cut it out about like this. And then once I get this cut out, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut it on that embossed line. We'll have an embossed line all the way around it. And I'm going to cut it out on that line. And that way it'll just layer right on top of the gold one. And then I can decorate up from there. And the reason I'm doing that is because instead of cutting this out as a frame like this, see how much space is left, that gap in between the two? It just would cut off so much. It would cut off so much of the scene, you wouldn't hardly see any of it. And so I thought, it'd be way more fun if we can get more of that scene in there. And so that's the reason I thought, we'll give it a whirl and just try cutting it once we cut it out with this die, we'll just see what it looks like when we cut it out. And I've got another one, so if it doesn't look that great, we can redo it. But let's give it a whirl and just see what happens, okay? So that's what we're going to do there. So let me get all that cut out, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got all the pieces. Boom. Okay, so here it is. And look, right? Isn't that so pretty? Oh my heavens. Yeah, so this is going to go like this. Look how beautiful. You could actually just leave it like this. And look how gorgeous that is. Like, wouldn't that be just so beautiful? But, I mean, wow. What is an Anna Griffin box without a little gold? Boom. Next level. Right? Oh my good night. That's gorgeous. Okay, so now this one. Let's do this one first because I'm super curious about what this is going to look like. So we got this one and this one, which, oh, so pretty. That red and the gold on this. And this is all going to be adhered flat. And now I need to cut, like, right. I need to cut the middle of this out. And basically there's this little detail. I'm going to cut around that. I have these little cutter bee detail scissors. You use whatever you have in your stash, though. So, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a little rope design detail. I'm just going to kind of try to follow it around the best I can. And hopefully we come up with something beautiful. And that way we still get the little rope detail from the, yeah, we still get the rope detail from, kind of thinking I did this backwards. I should have cut it out of that one. That's okay. I've got this little weird, I don't know what that, oh no. I definitely want all the gold as much as I can get on the outside. And I think this will do it. Hey, that looks pretty good. It looks like a bit of a layer. Oh, come on, right? That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I think that's, there we go. That's done. Done and done. That is beautiful. Oh boy, I love that so much. Okay, let's adhere these guys together. Oh, let me get a block. This is just a large stamping block that I got eons ago that I used to just put on projects. But technically it was for, it was designed for large Prima stamps. Because it's a Prima stamping block. For like the Julie Netting dolls or their home decor stamps, Finnebear stamps, Stamperia stamps, is why I have it. Cause yeah, they do a lot of really large for home decor, a lot of really large stamps. But I got it eons ago, so, and I got it off of Amazon. So if you just type in stamping block with handle, variations will come up of it. I don't know if you can get that size, but they did, last time I looked, which is a few months ago, they had, some larger stamping blocks. And I don't know if they were Prima, but they were similar to that. And I think they had gray handles, was the other thing. They had gray handles. Don't worry. So, reason we're putting the stamping block on is because it is a little warpy. So there, we'll press that on there. And now let's pop some. So it's Kirigami. There's a scene on both sides. And I love that snow-covered one. Or the little sledding one. The horses in the carriage. I love that. That's so pretty. So let's go ahead and pop this on as well. Oh man, I think that's so pretty. This is so pretty. Right? Oh, that came out so cool. I'm so excited about that. Okay. Now, we'll let that sit there and dry. This one, though, we can pop up to the heavens. We do not have to keep it flat. Even this one can go, but I think this one we should glue down. Let's glue this one down. We're going to glue these other two layers together. And since this is potentially a gift, and and not one that I'm keeping, I do want to make sure it's going to stay together and not fall apart on the poor recipient. So we'll use a fair amount of glue and press it. Yeah. There. And that looks pretty good. Okay, and so now what we want to do is, I do want to glue this to this one, and then I'm gonna think I'm gonna try to pop this up, somehow. Oh well, it's on the back of that one, so I could totally do that. I could totally pop this one up. I think my hair is in there. Ew. Nobody needs that. Okay, so we're just lining these two up together like this. Oh gosh. Isn't that the most beautiful thing? Look at how pretty that is. That's beautiful. That is so pretty. That's pretty. That is so pretty. Let me grab another stamping block, and then we'll grab some embellishments. I bought a few of these because that's what I was using them for. And when you do lots of projects, it's nice to have options. And so let's see. This one, I have a deer out of... this is the... I think this is it Christmas Wishes? Christmas Wishes. This is the refill kit. And they have these gold embellishments. Oh, pop that back in there. There's this deer, and I want to keep everything flat on there, but I thought it would be really fun to have this little guy, and I was thinking to have some maybe holly on the front of it. I was thinking would be really cool. Oh, put that back. We're done with these. Let's see, but the holly is going to have to... Oh, and I've got these lilies. I've got are in a bag on the table. But I wanted to, or should we try to take these apart? See, this is why Anna did flat. It's for people like me that want to take them apart. Well, and she had multiple styles of projects that she needed flat ones for. So let me hang on one sec. Let me see what I can find. Okay, so I've got these. I plugged some of these out of Create because it was just easier. So that way I can see. But watch this. Right? Isn't that little deer gonna be so nice? Or we could do the little deer like that. Oh, that would be so cute. And then I was thinking maybe some of these, maybe the poinsettias, like so. Do a little funness. But let's actually pop it on the box and see what happens. Because this does have to go flat like this. We do have to be mindful of not putting too much embellishments so it slides really nice in and out. And we'll want to really glue down all the elements on this. Make sure they're all stuck really well. Gosh, isn't that beautiful? That is so pretty, isn't it? Gosh, we could leave it like this. We could leave it like that. Like, right? How beautiful is that? That is so pretty. That is so pretty. But wait, let's add the deer. Where's my deer? Oh, shoot. Should I could do the deer like that. We could do the deer like that. Let's see, can we add these? Oh. Okay, hold on. Wait for it. Wait. What if we do it like that? Wait. We could add our little deer in like that. And do something. No, I think that's too much gold. Hold on. We could... Oh, wait. What if we do like that? We'll just curve it up like that. What if we do like that? We could do it like that. And the little deer's like walking through the holly or something. Let's see, do we like that? It's so... like this. Oh, I like that a lot. So I wonder if it's better if we just add... And you don't want it to come off the box so it doesn't impede. Maybe we do it like that. Well, maybe we don't need the deer. Maybe the deer is just not going to work for us. Maybe we do like that. Oh, that's pretty. That is very pretty. Well, what if we do... What if we cut it down and it's just peeking out? Those antlers are pretty magnificent, aren't they? I think it's just too big for the project. I think let's just do it like this. I think this is going to be the nicest, and we'll just leave it like that. Alright, let's get while the getting's good. I don't think we'll have any problems with this one. I think we'll be just fine. Let's see, where is this guy gonna live? It's gonna be about yay. And then this one can live there. Oh, like that. Okay, let's do like that. Pop this one on. Oh my, right? Look how cute that is. Oh wait, don't let it stick off the box. Okay, I like that a lot. That's actually really pretty, right? That's pretty good. Okay, so let's get these down. And then this is going to be good. Oh yeah, right there. There we go. And, right? Oh my goodness, that's so Christmassy. Oh yeah, that's so pretty. What do you guys think? Don't you love these scenes? Do you guys use these Kirigami scenes for other things as well? I love it. I think it's so pretty. Right? Oh my goodness. That is pretty good. So let's make sure that's flat. Smashy, smashy. Okay. Right? How does it... Let's see how it works. Oh, that's nice. I'm probably going to have to glue that down a little bit more. But that fits pretty good. It's front heavy, so it wants to topple over. That's why you have to have the journal in it. Oh, see? Got to make sure to... Sometimes you do have to squeeze, though. Oh. You don't want too much on there. There. Oh yeah, that's better. So just make sure all your elements are glued down, and that way they don't want to fight you going in. So yeah, just make sure they're all stuck down. But like, right, that is so pretty. I love that. That is beautiful. And so I'm actually going to leave this in here to help us push down on this. And then let's see what this looks like. Oh, wow, right? That's beautiful. That is so nice. But what if we pop it up? Would we like even more? I think we could like that even more. I think we should give it a whirl. Well, can we put the deer on the front too? What happens if we switch gears and we put the deer on the front? Can we? I'm trying to use the deer, but I don't think the deer wants to work with us. That's okay. Oh, I have those. Well, we could do poinsettias, and these have the gold in it. And we could do like that and pop them up. Let's see. Oh, right here. What if we actually do that? What if we could do like that. Well, let's see what it looks like with the, I don't know if I like that so much, though. I think it takes away from my picture that I tried so hard to get. Merry Christmas to you. Let me see if there's a different one. I love the gold accent on those elements, though, so that's kind of a... Ooh, what if we do like this? What? We could do like that, because we can pop these up. What if we do like that? We'll do like that, and we could put another one up there. Yeah, we'll do like this. Because this can get all the love with the pop-ups. It'll be really nice. Let's see. I think this one might be too big, though. That one might be too big. But we could, in a sense, use maybe this one or something up there. So let's just pop this guy up and see what happens. And I'm going to put quite a few on this so that way it, wants to live forever and ever if we can get it to. I think that's going to be fun. I was trying to disguise it so you couldn't really see it too much. But these little corners, they're so delicate. I'm pretty sure it would be... We're going to want to have them supported for sure. They'll tweak off pretty easy. Okay. Maybe there. On that. Oops. Yeah, these double-sided ones give you so many options for ideas. The imagination can go wild. There we go. Alright. Let's see what that looks like. If we don't like it, we can always take them off, because that's how we roll. Hopefully we can take them off. We say that with so much confidence, but we might not be able to. Who knows? Well, it's metallic, though. It should be fine if we change our mind. Alright. Gosh, this is beautiful. I love Anna's Christmas colors. Her green and red, they're so classic. Gosh, that's beautiful, right? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. So pretty. Loving that. Oh, good choice. Good choice. That's gorgeous. I love that. Okay, so now we definitely want that up. Popped up there like that. I think that is beautiful. There again. A couple of these. And you'll want to hot glue these on or put art glitter glue on them so they're forever and ever. You'll probably want to do that. I think we can go like that. Maybe here. Yeah, that's beautiful. Gosh, that's really pretty. Right placement, though. Right? Is that right placement? I don't know if that's right placement or not. And maybe it's too tall. Actually, what if we do like that? I like that better. And let's just glue it down. But what happens if we just cut these off? To make them shorter, and maybe, oh yeah, they'll snuggle in a little easier. And then we could put them wherever we want then at that point. What if we do like that? Yeah, let's do something like that. So this glue will give us forever and ever. Let's go down. I think we're gonna want it like that. I think that is gonna be the golden goose right there. The golden goose. What about one of these tiny ones? Oh, we could do that. What do we think about that? This one already had gold on it, so we could put these other ones up there. I don't see a tinier one. Well, we don't have to use the whole thing, though. We could go a smaller version, but I think it's going to... and then what do we want to do up here? We could actually we could cut those off. And go like so. We could just go something like that. Yeah, not loving it. Not loving that. Oh, but I do love that. Boom. Kind of a little pop of snazzy there. Love that. Yeah, that's pretty. I just put a dimensional on that. I'm still trying to see if I like this one. Oh, missing it up there now. Missing that. That needs to live there. But I don't think it needs to live with these. And that way I can figure out where I really want to keep it forever and ever. With the little schmutz of glue. Oh, and I think it snuggled down in there a little bit better. I think that is pretty. Oh, Barfig nougat. That's what's the problem. Dang it. Abort. Abort. Oh, Barfig nougat. Oh, that was close. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sorry. I forgot I wanted to do that. Where's my... Yeah, that's going to be way better. I was like, there's like, I had some stuff. Where is it? Right here. Right there. Oh, man. I was thinking about doing like that. Actually, I could just do those two. We could do it like that. We could do a little... like so. Yeah, there we go. That's so much better. Yeah, let's do a little something like that. Up here on the top. And then we might have to do a little something different. But I want the, well, if we just cover up the Merry Christmas, then it would look like it's supposed to be that way. So maybe let's do that. Let me get the hot glue. And actually, let me let that get heated up, and I'll be right back. Okay, my glue gun is nice and hot, and I think I've figured out some embellishments. And so I found these in the same little multiple collections of my Anna Griffin Christmas stuff. I found, and that way I can use my rosettes I made. I found these little baubles, Christmas ornaments, and a little bit of holly here. And so I thought that would be really, really cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a touch of glue to the back side of here, and then add, yeah, like that, and then add these little ornaments on the top as well, right in the center. And then I thought it would be fun to add this to the top of that. And I'm just going to pop a little right there. Like so. Yeah, and I think that'll go. That'll work. And so then this little guy will come down here like that. Yeah, like that. And then we'll hot glue this little guy on like that. Just want to make sure it's like above the bottom so it doesn't make it sit funky. Wait. Oh yeah, let's go like that. That's super cute. Like that. And then this little guy's going to live up there. And then I'm going to put a bow on this one. And then we camouflaged all the stuff I took off. I was like, oh no. I wonder if we'll be able to disguise it. And I think it's going to work just fine like this. And so then this little guy goes at the top. Like, how cute is that little thing? And then I'm going to put a bow right there. And then it looks like a bunch of little Christmas ornaments dangling there, right? Like, right? It says Merry Christmas. We have all of our a fun little frame we can still see. And that is so cute. And then it's just, So hold on. Let me get a bow. Okay, so I got this little bow maker. It's like a $7 bow maker off of Amazon. This thing is fun. So what I do is I just have a little chunk of ribbon here. It's probably about 18 inches or something. I just pop it in here, and it's just because it was already cut. I pop it into the last one, and then what I do is from the center here, I go 2 to the right, and then I wrap it around from center 2 to the left, like this. And if I want a double bow, I do it again, around 2 to the right, 2 to the left. And then what I do is, normally if it's still like a whole big strand of ribbon that I need to cut off, I'll put it at the end here and then I'll cut it over here. But this one's already done. So I'm just going to go through the hole then. Through the hole. And then up through center and tie a knot. That's as hard as it gets. It is so easy. And the fun thing is you can actually like fix the tails of your bow like on this. But like my crinkle ribbon, my seam binding is like this one side is all rolled up. So it's like, I was hoping to like help it not be like that. And then let's see what this little guy, right? Look how cute that is. Oh my goodness, that is adorable. So let's just cut that off a little. And, let's see what that looks like up there. Oh my gosh, right? That's so cute. And it makes the cutest. You can even make them smaller. You can just go on one, or you can make them really big. You can make 2 different size loops if you want. It's like totally up to you. I just got a little hot glue on the back. And I was going to pop this on here. Oh my heavens, right? How cute is that? That is pretty stinking adorable. I am loving it, right? That is so cute. That is a cute little scrunchy bow. Whoa. And then look how darling that is. I think that'll make a really fun gift. So if you wanted to do one of those oh, right. Come on now. That is gorgeous. That's pretty fun. Now, if you wanted to do one of those photo cards, you could put it in there. Like this one here. Oh, and because it comes out, so because we did it this way, right? So it slides out this way, and then this can slide in. This is one of the photo cards I made from the Create event, but this is before I was like dinging around. It would fit in there. I wonder if it would stand up. It stands up like that. Oh, look at that. All those rosettes and like that. But let's see if the yeah, right? Oh, and then you get this gorgeous photo card. You could put that in there. It's like deep enough for that. But let's see about the journal. Because that's really what I want to make, is a Christmas journal to put in there. Ooh. My hot glue was trying to burn a hole. And then look, this is what I was hoping. Like, it goes like this. And then I was hoping that this would go in here. It fits perfect. So if I make a Christmas one, it sits on the table so nice. And it doesn't matter about the weight. Now, if you crease your papers a little bit, more than I did, you're not going to have it protrude out like that. It's because I didn't put a serious crease in it. And that's why it bulks out a bit, but I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. And then you get that super cute holder. I think that's so pretty. Isn't that cute? Look at that dual paper. And if it was double-sided paper, it like, boom, right? And then it comes out perfectly. But this, just gift box, right? Gift box. What do you guys think? There you go. Let me know what you guys think of the tutorial. Thanks so much for hanging out. Until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.